Hi friends, welcome back. In the previous two videos, we had discussed about how to create text tables and highlight tables. Text tables or highlight tables are created when we have an eye for detail or when attention to detail is important. Then we also talked about how to create bar graphs, column charts, dot plots, circle views, bubble charts, which are all used for comparison. They come under comparative analysis. In this module, or in this video rather, we will be talking about how to create pie charts and stack bar graphs. So before we go ahead and start creating it, let's discuss or try to understand when to create a pie chart. This comes under something called as composition analysis, or what is your data composed of. You can also call it as part to whole analysis. Part to whole analysis. Composition analysis. Composition analysis. Or simply, let's not use such big terms, simply to show the shares, to show the ratios. You can use a pie chart or even a stack bar. Now, what do I mean by these terms? Let's try to understand that. Now, let's say this circle is indicating the overall 100% profit made by a business. But this profit is coming from various regions. So this is the whole profit, the complete profit, the whole. What is it composed of? What is the share of each region in that profit? All of those parts are coming together and giving us the whole profit, right? So in this, what is the contribution of central region? So let's say this much of profit is coming from central region. So this slice in the pie, this part is the contribution of central region, or let's say this is the share of central region towards the profit. Let's say this much, okay? This slice is the contribution of east region towards the profit. This slice here is the contribution of west region towards the profit. Okay, and let's assume that the remaining part, this is the contribution of, what else we have, south. Okay, southern region towards the profit. So what are we showing? If the overall circle is indicating the 100% complete profit made by the business, we are showing the shares. What is the share of central region in this? What is the share of east region? What is the share of west? What is the share of south region in the overall profit? Or how each part, okay, how all of these parts have come together to make the whole profit. Or what is the profit composed of? It is composed of smaller chunks of profits coming from various regions. Okay, I hope the concept is clear. Pie charts are created when you are performing part to whole analysis, or when you are simply trying to show the shares. What is the share of each member in the total value? Okay, now there is another way in which we can visually represent such data. We could go with a stacked bar graph. Okay, let's say this bar or vertical column is indicating the overall profit made by a business, overall profit. Now this profit is coming from customers who belong to different segments, isn't it? So we have consumer segment customers, we have corporate segment customers, we have home office segment customers. All of them contributed to give us the overall profit. Now, what is the part of each member here? Let's say in this whole profit till here, this much is the profit from consumer segment. This much is the profit from corporate segment, and this is the profit from home office segment. All of them collectively is the overall profit. Okay. Can we say that home office alone is giving us so much profit? No. Home office is stacked on top of corporate, which is in turn stacked on top of consumer. So just this part is home office, but the overall height of the bar is the overall value. Okay, stack bar can be a little tricky. I hope you're all able to understand what I'm trying to say. Imagine like the game which kids play, small children, they build a tower, right? They have toys like tumblers. So they stack these tumblers one on top of the other. Each tumbler would be of a different size. So they start with the biggest one. Then on top of that, they put one more tumbler. Then on top of that, they put a smaller one. Then on top of that. So by putting these tumblers one on top of the other, they build a big, huge tower. No single tumbler in that tower is that tall. They are stacked one on top of the other, isn't it? These tumblers are stacked one on top of the other, and by stacking them like that, they create a big tower out of it. So similar to that, you have to interpret a stack bar. Contribution from different members, put one on top of the other. What is the advantage of creating such a chart? We know what is the overall value. At the same time, we have an understanding about individual contribution. What is the share of each member in this? What is the contribution of each member towards the overall value? Okay, so when you have any questions related to showing the shares or ratios, to show what is it composed of, what is your data composed of, then you can create either a pie chart or a stack bar graph. So let's go ahead and try to create a pie chart first, then we'll learn about stack bars. We're going to create a pie chart now, which is used for, you can say, composition analysis or to show the shares. Now, pi is basically a circle, isn't it? It is a circle that has to be sliced, indicating the contribution. So it is not something that has rows and columns. Then what to do? We saw in the previous video. We can make use of the show me panel, and on the show me panel, we have pie chart over here. It is in the second row, the third column. So across different regions, let us say I would like to represent the profit. I selected both the fields, profit as well as region. Now for this combination, I would like to create a pie chart. So all I need to do is open the show me panel and click on the pie chart icon. Job done. And after you use the show me panel, always remember to close it. Okay, because this right side space is very important. Color legends, size legends, shape legends, interactive filters, parameters, all of them usually sit here. So you need to always keep the show me panel closed. So our pie chart is ready, right? All I did was I selected the fields, went to the show me panel and clicked on the pie chart icon, and my pie chart is ready. However, it is very small. It's not utilizing all the space in the canvas. So what we'll do here is adjust the fit. Notice this option here, standard, it refers to the fit, and I will make it entire view. Now it has utilized all the space. Okay, this is big enough for us to understand the chart. And from the color legend, we understand that blue colored slice, it's representing central region. Orange colored slice is indicating east. We have south here and west. Okay, now how do we enhance this chart? First and the foremost thing is we can label the slices, isn't it? We can label the slices. So I will take region first into the label shelf. So each slice is labeled with the region that it represents. I will also take profit into the label shelf. So we can see the profit from each region. By the size of the slice, we can understand that West region is the most profitable, and we have Central, which is the least profitable, but it's much more clearer when we label it. Okay, what next? Okay, we got the pie, we labeled the slices, everything looks perfect. How about showing these numbers as percentages? That would be even great, isn't it? Because the circle is indicating the overall profit. Now, what percentage of that overall 100% profit is coming from which region? 39,706 is the profit from Central. But in terms of percentages, what is it? How do we get it? All we need to do is use a quick table calculation. Okay, if you would want to compute percentages, you don't have to worry in Tableau, because for such things, Tableau people, they have already written the formula for us. We don't have to sit and write a formula. The formula is pre-written and it is inbuilt into Tableau. We just need to invoke it. How do we do it? I want this label, profit label, to show as a percentage, which means I will have to go to the corresponding pill, profit with label icon. T here represents label on this graph. Okay, I will click on the drop down icon of that pill. Go to the last second option, quick table calculation. And from here, I'm going to select percent of total. There are many other quick table calculations available. So if you have to get the running total or difference, etc., you don't have to write a formula. It's already written and available. You just need to use it. Here I'm going to use percent of total. Look at that. Tableau has computed the percentages and it's showing us the percentages. So Central region's share in the overall profit is about 14%. West region's contribution or its share is about 38%. South is about 16%. Okay, how to round off these decimals? I'm not interested in looking at the decimal places. I would like to round it off. So we can do such things by using the format option. So I'll go ahead, format. And percent of total sum of profit is what we are trying to format. When we did text tables, we discussed a lot about formatting. So anybody who has missed that video, you refer back to it, okay, for formatting related things. So I will go to the numbers and I will change it into, I will choose percentage and reduce the decimals here. I made decimals 0, so you can notice how it is rounded off. Okay. Now let's say I would like to label it with the actual profit also. So I'll simply have to drag profit again into the label shelf. I hope you all understood what is a pie chart, how to create it, and what it represents. So there is one more chart that we can create to show the shares for composition analysis, which is a stacked bar, and we shall see that now. Stacked bar graph. Let's say across different regions, I would like to indicate the profit made by these regions. Okay, so we can understand what is the profit from Central, East, South, and West. Let's say within each region, I need to indicate the profit from different segments. See, the overall profit from Central region is 40,000, nearly 40,000. So by looking at this, I know this is nearly 40,000. This is slightly over 90,000, maybe 93,000 or so. This is a little below 50, somewhere over here, maybe around 48. And this is a little below 110, maybe around 108. Okay, so I'm just telling you that by looking at the tip of the bar, we understand it. We can understand what is the profit, overall profit from each region. Now I want to show it by segment. If I take segment and place it next to the region pill on the columns shelf, what is going to happen is under each region, it is showing us the profit from various segments: consumer, corporate, home office. Under East, consumer, corporate, home office. But can we comment about the overall profit here? What is the profit from Central? If that's the question, I can't give you an answer directly or just like that. I'll need time because now we're not looking at data overall profit in central, right? Within central, we are looking at what is the contribution from consumer, corporate, and home office. So this is approximately, let's assume that this is around 8,000. It's an assumption, rough guess based on this. This is maybe around 18,000. This is maybe a little over that, 14,000 or so. So when I take a rough guess, approximately 40K. Approximately 40K. And what about East region? Again, this is 40 plus maybe 30, 70, we'll say, plus another 25. Maybe around 95. It may not be accurate, but just a rough guess. So I am not able to tell you about the overall profit under central. However, if I add these three values, it is showing me in the tooltip. It is 39,706, approximately 40,000. This is approximately 91,000. Okay, how do we retain that value? So rather than showing these bars side by side, if I can put this on top of this and this on top of that, if I stack corporate on top of consumer and stack home office on top of that, we will get the overall value, and then we are slicing it. Understood? The purpose of a stacked bar and how it is helpful in such scenarios. I hope you understood. So I'll remove segment from the columns. Let it be by region, but we are going to slice it based on the segment. So I'll take segment into color. Look at that. So what is the overall profit from West? Can you tell me what is the overall profit from West? Definitely. You can at least give me a rough figure. You can say it is slightly less than 110K. At the same time, can you tell me what is the contribution of consumer? Yes, 57,000. Contribution of corporate, 34,000. Contribution from home office, 16,000. Okay, so the overall height of that bar is the overall profit of West region. And then the slices are indicating the contribution of various segments. Okay, I hope you all understood stack bar. It's not a very easy chart to understand. So if you have any doubts regarding this chart, if there's any confusion, please do refer back to the video. Still, if there's any confusion, you can reach out to our team at 360DigiTMG and we will help you out. Okay. I'm going to turn on the mark labels so that you can see the labels. Contribution of each member in the stack bar. So that was about charts which help us when we have to show the shares or proportions or ratios or the composition. There is one more chart called as a donut chart, which is used for the same purpose. However, we will not be covering it in this syllabus, okay? Because that's slightly more complicated and it requires you to be familiar with calculated fields and many other concepts. So we are going to take up only pie charts and stack bars in this video. Hope you all understood it. So this is what we had learned. Right. There's a typo, there's a mistake here. This is supposed to be composition, okay? Not for comparative analysis. Sorry about that. Pie charts, stack bar graphs, and donut charts are used for composition analysis. Okay, composition analysis. Pardon the spellings also. They're used for composition analysis. All right, friends, I hope everything that we discussed in this video is clear. Please do revisit stack bars if there's any confusion. But if you have understood, then that's amazing. I will see you in the next video where we will talk about time series data analysis. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.